Hey guys, so this is so overdue, it's not even funny. I've been wanting to do treasure nuggets for a while, and for one reason or the other, I always get distracted, or I'm always just like, oh, I don't want to be recorded right now. I don't know, but I finally just want to do one, be obedient to what I feel like God wants me to do, and share some stuff with you. I got to speak at a women's conference today in Long Island, Women of Worth conference, and it was beautiful. It was such a blessing, and I shared a message that I heard from one of my pastors at the Brooklyn Tabernacle a couple of weeks ago, Pastor Simbala, and he shared from the book of Mark where the man with the withered hand, when Jesus, came across the man with the withered hand, and Jesus told him to stretch out his hand to him, and it says immediately the man stretched out his hand, and his hand was made whole. And it really touched me because, the man could have chosen to stretch out the hand that was good to Jesus, and I think sometimes as Christians or believers or even just people, our pride gets in the way, and we want to always put our best face forward, and but God doesn't want that. He wants our withered parts so He can make them whole. And that was the theme of Pastor Simbala's message, and I felt led to speak on it today at the conference. And as I spoke on it, it's amazing because I feel like all the pretense and everything just comes down, like we all have these kind of, I don't know what it is. We put on these Christian or just strong kind of fronts, and it's just amazing what God can do when we actually put that aside and we just give Him our brokenness and give Him the parts that are withered and what He can really do. And I had an interesting week. It was good, bad, then good again. Life. That's how it is always, right? But just being able to say, you know what, God, my heart is withered, and I need you to just take it and make it whole. Because what happens is those withered parts that we hold back from God, they actually block the fullness of God in our lives. Because if my heart is withered, or let's say my mind is withered, my faith is withered, my marriage or my friendships or whatever is withered, and I hold that back from God because, I'm putting that best face forward and putting up that front, then He can't do anything with it. So tonight I just wanted to encourage you all that if you have a withered part, and by withered that means something that isn't operating to the fullness, to the perfection in which God intended it to be. And we're not perfect, so I'm sure every single one of us has something that's withered. I encourage you to just hand it over to God, just the way the man in Mark handed over his crippled hand to God and to Jesus when he was at the temple, and Jesus made it whole. I encourage you tonight, just like me, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to give God my heart again, because there are hurts, there's pains, there's disappointments, and only God can truly make us whole. So I hope that you unreservedly go to God tonight with your withered parts, and if you're struggling, then praise. Just say thank you to God because He's worthy. Try to break through whatever that is, because when we put on the garment of praise, though that heaviness that blocks us liberates us. So that's what we're going to do. You with me? We're going to put on the garment of praise, give Him thanks because He's good, is the reason why we're alive and we breathe and we move and we have our being. And then we're going to offer to Him those withered parts, those parts that hold us back from His great love. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. I will be doing more of these because I need to be obedient to God, and I always love to share the nuggets of treasure that God deposits in me. Love you. Have a great night. Can't wait to hear about all the withered parts that you get whole. Take care.